Hello everyone on Periscope. Hi, how are you today? Well, I got a little bit of time, so I decided that I am going to let me flip this over. Hello. Hi. I got a little bit of time, so I decided that I would use Periscope to thank everybody about the launch that we had just Friday. It was completely awesome, totally awesome. I don't think I'll ever forget that evening. I mean, that was like one of the most important parts or events that happened to me in my life. So thanks. Hey CJ, how you doing? Thank you for joining. It went really well. I was thinking about that I was going to wait maybe a month so that I could get everything the way I want it perfectly, but I think there's no time like the present. So basically what I'm going to do is that I want to try and start a grassroots movement to try and get given not taken to where I know it should be. I know that thank you CJ, thank you so much. I know that we should be high on the totem pole. I know that we should be up there as a bestseller. So in this grassroots movement, I'm going to try and ask everyone to help me get it to that status. So what I like to ask everyone to do is to, once you read the book and you enjoy the book, tell someone else. We need numbers, we need readers, and we can get this. We can do this. That's what I plan to do. I have something else, another surprise that I was going to hold off until next month. Hey baby, how are you, Custer? Thanks for inviting followers. I have another surprise that I was going to keep to myself, but I decided now I'm going to let everybody know what's going on. We are trying to get all 50 states to have at least one book sale, and we're going to do that. That's nothing too big, because I was listening to Donnell Winningham, and she was saying, hey, you can never have too big of a dream or never to have a big of a task, to just keep moving, keep going. And I really take her advice on that, and I love listening to her. So basically, once we do get all of the 50 states and get a sale there, hopefully that we'll get more tentacles out and we'll get more sales, because I will not stop until we get to the best sellers list. That is something, because we know that, or I know that this book is up there with everybody else, and I'm sure you will too. Once we get the book through the states, we are going to go to Europe. That's where we're going. We're headed to Europe, and we're going to take over Europe too. We're going to Germany, because half of the book, or a lot of the book, is written also in Germany. And I lived in Germany for 14 years, so of course there's a big part of that culture and way of thinking that's instilled in me. My wife and I, we grew up there as adults, so hard to not think about that. So there are some people that I do have some German fans and German friends that will look at this Periscope later on the replay. So this is for them. Hallo meine Damen und Herren, ich habe eine Rat für Sie, und ich hoffe, dass es sehr begeistert für Sie, diese Rat, weil nächsten Monat wir haben eine Frau, der will das Buch dolmetschen für mich. So, das kann nicht nur in Englisch lesen. So, wenn Sie das Buch haben in Deutsch, dann kann sie das fühlen, was wir haben hier in Amerika haben. Sie können sehen, wie das läuft. Sie können das wissen, wie das Buch war für mich, wie dein Land war für mich. Und vielleicht haben Sie die Möglichkeit zum Liebe dieser Leute. Sie können Hase dieser anderen Leute. Und wir wünschen Sie viel Spaß. So, okay. Now I'm back to English. That was German. So now I'm back to English. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I told them. I told them that this book is going to be translated. We found the perfect person to translate this book, and she is working on that book, on that translation as we speak. So there's some things that are working right now. We're working on the book being translated in German, and we're also working on the sequel. You know, everybody's saying, I know that there's a sequel coming. I know that I can't wait to read the sequel. Well, we're working on that right now. I'm not going to give away anything, but you are going to be just as excited as you were if you were excited on this first Given Not Taken. I really, really love these characters. I really got into it with some of the characters, and there are going to be some other characters that are coming into this book. Of course, I just didn't think that. Thank you for joining, Yoon. Thank you for joining. I really didn't think that Uli was going to be such an important part of it. Bonjour. Hello. I really didn't think that. Bonjour. Okay. I really didn't think that Uli was going to be such a and play a pivotal role in this book. He didn't start out that way, but this character has a mind of his own. So he did more than I thought that he was going to do. He kind of like took over his area. He was kind of like a little bully, you know. As I said in the launch, that we had I kind of like said that we had a little problem with Uli, because, you know, even me as the writer, he would argue with anybody. So he was kind of like arguing with me, and I was like, hey man, as I said in the launch, hey, cool it, Uli, because I'll take you out of this book quickly. But yeah, he seemed to calm down. You know, Ava comes into Ava. You know, I'm really not going to tell too much about the sequel. Let's just see how it goes. But this is the news that I wanted to give everybody, and this is the help that I was asking for everybody. We are going to have the book translated in German, and I am going to go to Germany. I'm going to go to Germany, and we're gonna push the book there in Germany also. And while I'm in Germany, we might as well push it all in Europe. So I would like to have my home country at the top before I go to someone else's house. So if you feel that you can help me, let me know. Let me know how we can push it. We have 11 states that we have secured sales in, and they are loving it. So one of the things that, you know, I said that we're going to have our own grassroots movement on pushing Given Not Taken. So there isn't anything that I won't do to get there. I will go and I will get readers by going to the book clubs, one book club at a time, one reader at a time. You know, once we get the book clubs to invite us, we will just show up and we will push, and we will let you know how the book came about. We'll let you know. We'll get you involved. We'll get you involved. So think about that. If you have a book club meeting, or if you introduce the book to them, and we'll see how we can make this thing happen. We got 90 days. We have 90 days from February the 4th to take over and get the and get things going. So that's one of my plans. So some people are blowing my phone up right now, and I'm gonna go now. But those are the things that we're trying to do. So have a blessed day for everybody. Thank you so much, and let's try and push this book all the way through bestseller. That's where we want to be. Thanks again.